This is the Wisconsin-Whitewater press conference at the end of the 2024 NCAA Division III Baseball Championships. After the championship series, the Warhawks finish with a season record of 45-12. Joined today by head coach John Bodenlich, along with players Andy Thies, Matt Skolin, Adam Koopway, Michael Hilker Jr., and Danny Hopper. Coach, an opening statement, not just about the two games today, but about the season for the Warhawks.
Sure, I spent some time thinking about what it would be like if we won. And I was going to open by telling you guys we may not be America's team, but we're Wisconsin's team. And I'll extend that still today, that we're very loved by our state. We even cross the border in many cases, all right? But I am very, very proud of this team. I can tell you they are among the finest young men I have ever had the privilege of coaching. And I'm not even talking about their ability to play the game. So it's truly been a privilege. And, 400 teams in the whole nation approximately, and I guess someone has to lose on this day. Hopefully with time, we're going to reflect on what a tremendous accomplishment this is. So, thank you.
Questions for coach and the players?
Coach, what did their pitching do in that second game that really slowed down a very potent offense they come in with?
He's a quality pitcher, man. You got to give him some credit. He competed well. He attacked the zone. He had multiple pitches for strikes. It's easy when you have a potent offense to say, yeah, there's some wrong with our side, but I don't think that's the case. I think he was a pretty damn good player, and he had a good day today, and we would have loved to be in a position late to put a little more pressure on them.
If I could follow up with that, if there's any team in this tournament that's built to come back from a deficit, it's your team. However, how much is 7-0 right off the rip change complexion?
Yeah, I think that, in hindsight, that was the difference, right? And in the moment, you're just trying to figure out how to stop the flood, right? And we didn't do a very good job of that, and I include myself in that. So. But I do think it's a hard thing to overcome.
Coach, kind of building on that, when you guys did get the ball in play, they were all over. They made a ton of good plays, made routine plays. So it's frustrating to get something going when they're making the plays they need to make, right?
Yeah, they're a high-quality team. They're very deserving of the national championship. And I'm not saying that just because they beat us, but obviously they're pretty darn good. And their brand of baseball is a little bit different than ours. But I think at the bare minimum, you don't win a national championship without good defense. And they were very, very good today. They picked up the ball, they got good pitching, and they're maybe the scrappiest bunch of young men that we've ever played against. So, I tip my hat. I know our guys tip their hats to them. So, I can't take anything away from what they accomplished. It was magnificent, and I'm very happy for them.
Coach, scrappy style of play, who would you compare them to in terms of who you guys have seen who you play?
Misericordia.
And nobody else?
No. Never seen a team like this. From 1 through 9, every guy's a tough out. And once again, I think you got to give them some credit, Sure, we could have done some things differently and better. I think there was a couple balls we didn't make plays on and those types of things. But as far as I'm concerned, they earned it today.
Matt, you're one of the all-tournament players that was honored here today. Can you just talk about what a great run it was for this team to get to this point?
Yeah, it's been so much fun. It's been an honor to be alongside all these guys, and it's been just a lot of fun. Yeah.
And I'm sure that even down 7-0, there was no doubt in your dugout that you'd be able to come back. Can you just talk about the mindset that you guys got battling back?
Yeah, there's still a lot of energy going on, even though we're down. It's happened in the past, so definitely a lot of energy in the dugout.
Adam, your team hit 15 home runs in this tournament, one shy of the all-time tournament record. Can you just talk about the firepower that this team showed throughout the tournament and what it might set apart for the future?
Different brand of baseball, I would say, from the winter to us. Being able able to showcase the power, and it's kind of spread out. It's not one guy, even though Skolin was able to do it all year long for us, and including Eli. But I mean, that's what we do. That we hit the ball hard, and usually we're able to find a lot of barrels that give us a chance at even the pop flies, pretty deep pop flies. So a lot of guys love to hit the ball and love to hit the ball hard, and it shows out on the field. And not surprised then that we're short of the record.
Andy, question for you, you know, have to be happy with how the team, you know, responded in the first game today, right? To come back and really, you know, attack the ball and really assert yourself, you know, to get to that game 3, right? How big was that just to kind of respond after the game 1 loss?
I mean, it's huge. That's kind of been our MO all year. You know, in the Super Regional, we lost the first game. Obviously, we lost the first game to Solid Regina. But, you know, we never lost the energy. You know, we always have that kind of fire in the back of our head. Like, you know, we might have lost the first one, but we're not going to let them, you know, come back and, you know, beat us again.
Michael Hooker, you had a heck of a first game, but you lost your pitcher at an almost even better game. But in this case, the difference was that you got the run support from the very start. How was it pitching with the run support as opposed to the other team just putting up zeros for you in the first start?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that that's been the case in most of our games this year. It's nice to know as a pitcher that, you know, if you, I mean, not that allowing runs is good, but that if you were to allow a few, you know, that you have an offense behind you that's going to pick up the slack. But I always try to keep it as low as possible just to kind of make it easier on them. You know, during the regular season, the run rules in play. So that's another good thing. It wasn't this tournament, but it didn't seem to make a difference in that first game. You know, it's nice having guys who can step up and put up runs early and kind of just take the pressure off of everybody, not just me. So it's definitely nice to have that kind of offense.
And I think I'll just interject one here. Like, you know, the first inning obviously was the difference, but Max Husebo, I think, threw 6 innings. I was just looking at the stats. He saw him do 4, and then Hopper down there. They kept us in the game. You know, it could have been over early, but we fought back, and I thought it at least made it interesting. And like I said, with a couple different breaks, maybe we could even made a little bit better ending. So.
Danny, can I ask you about pitching a little bit? I know you talked about having those back-to-back doubleheaders, right, during the conference season. You had a little bit of innings coming into the day, and saw you go down there to warm up between games. What were you thinking about when you got in there?
I mean, I've pitched before. I've pitched my whole life, high school, even especially last year. I pitched a lot more because I didn't get an opportunity to play the field much. But when I get my chance, it's just remembering that I'm still a good pitcher, even though I don't pitch as much, and just still having that confidence every time I touch the mound, because it's always a great opportunity, especially the national championship.
Does having that pitching experience and pitching knowledge help you field your position or anything else? Don't help you read opposing pitchers, anything like that?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, it's every pitcher's different. I'm not like every other pitcher. If the pitcher's like me, maybe. If they're the same tendencies that I've had, sure. But just each pitcher's very different. So I try not to correlate it together.
Final question.
Coach's perspective on this program getting back to this level, you know, after what we said, 10 years, I think, since the last time you guys won that national title, and you're getting to the pinnacle of that point, very close. Just talking about Whitewater as a program right now.
You know, all coaches think this is a sport that teaches life skills and things about life. And in that gap, what you don't know is how many tough losses we had that prevented us from being here. And unfortunately, I remember those as much as I remember the wins. All right, 7-4 with 2 outs in the last inning to go to the College World Series. We get beat 9-8. Okay, Flair over the first baseman the following year, And so I think what these guys understand and what I hope we continue to do is always put a team on the field that can be here. And once you get here, you know, anyone has a good chance. So, yeah, it's been a minute since we've been here, but we've always been in the mix, and we hope that we continue to put a team on the field that has a chance to end up here. Okay, and unfortunately, I don't know if I learned anything from that, but the losses are tough. You know, this is a strange game. Good friend of mine was a high school coach. This guy was throwing a perfect game, threw 6 complete, 2 outs in the 7th. They're winning 1-0. They lose 4-1. I don't know. It's a cruel game. Yeah, it's gonna take some time for this to get away from us. So, yeah, that's it.
Gentlemen, thank you
Thank
for your
you.
time today.
Guys, great seeing you.